If you are a real estate agent that wants to start creating and publishing YouTube videos to market your real estate business, but you get really stuck on what types of videos you should create, then this video is for you. I'm going to give you 3 YouTube video ideas that you can take to start creating and publishing your own YouTube content so that you can start getting your business found and start getting leads through the very strategic use of YouTube and content SEO marketing. Hi, my name is Braden McKee. I have been a Phoenix, Arizona real estate agent for the last 8 years, but my very first love is content marketing, specifically when it comes to content SEO, which is getting your business found on Google, YouTube, and Pinterest. So if you are a real estate agent that wants to create sustainability and longevity when it comes to your real estate marketing and lead generation, hit that subscribe button and we're gonna get into these YouTube video ideas. Okay, so I love YouTube videos for being able to attract leads into your real estate business, but also because aside from being in person, somebody being able to see your face and hear your voice and see your mannerisms, your hand motions, if you talk like this or you make crazy faces like I do, they're going to be able to see that and experience that on the other side of the screen, and the brain perceives it pretty much like you are standing there in front of them. So they are building a relationship with you on the other side of the screen, and you can do it in a way where 10 people could be watching your YouTube video in one day, and it's much less time for you than if you had to have those 10 conversations. You probably would be maxed out after quite a few of them when you're giving all this high value information. So these are 3 YouTube video ideas that you can take and pretty much do on repeat, and cover a ton of different stuff and become the go-to person for your ideal clients and leads in your area. Okay, so the very first one is a community tour video. Now there's actually a couple of different formats that you can do this. You can do one where you're in the community, walking around, showing, the landmarks, the, what the houses look like, the amenities. You can do a driving tour, or maybe you could do a combination of both. Now, this is great because people want to see if they're thinking about moving to your area, or maybe let's say they're in your city and you're doing a master plan community tour, and they're just not really familiar with that master plan community. Maybe they're on the other side of the city and, they're getting a job promotion and now their commute's too long. They need to move, right? They want to see and kind of do the research ahead of time. What is that community like? Is that something that should be on their list to look at or not, right? So if you can show them the community, that is going to be really helpful for them. Look, real estate is a very visual thing, like communities, homes, it's all very visual. So if you can give somebody an insight into what that community looks like, talk about your experience with it, what you know about it, that is going to be so helpful with somebody. And these community tours are people will watch the whole thing. Sometimes it'll be like the husband's watching and then he brings over the wife, or vice versa, right? And so this is great because you can really establish a lot of trust with somebody when you are showing them and giving them, the lowdown of this community. So the next thing is going into specific homes and doing home tours. Specifically, if you can give an insight into, home styles, pricing, what people can expect in that price range in terms of how upgraded it is, or maybe how outdated those homes are, right? Some of the communities that you may be serving, you may have homes that were built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and they are not quite modern, or maybe you have a ton of new construction. New construction tours are great for YouTube because they're usually staged really well. People like to look at nice, shiny new things, right? And so you can show them in the areas that you want to work, what are the homes like? What are the home styles? What do they look like? How upgraded are they or are they not, right? And you can give them a visual representation of that. Now, sometimes these home tours are a little bit less evergreen, obviously, because let's say I do a home tour today and I'm saying, hey, here's what $500,000 gets you in this community in Peoria, Arizona. Well, next year, maybe that home is now priced at 520,000, right? You know, it's a little bit less evergreen, but the home style in general is going to be, you know, relatively on par. So yes, maybe these are a little bit less evergreen, but they're still going to be searchable. And if somebody's like, hey, I saw you recorded this last year, like, what does that pricing look like now? You know, you could be like, hey, yeah, those homes are going for about 515 to 520 now. Or you can do a new video and update it. And then you have multiple videos that are still searchable, can still bring people in, and then you can update them through personal communication, email marketing, things like that. The very last video is to do videos like this where you're talking to the camera and you're answering like frequently asked questions and talking about the concerns, the fears, the goals that your ideal client has. Now, before you go and create a bunch of YouTube content, you're really going to want to take two things into consideration. The very first thing is, who do you want to be working with? And the very next thing would be, what is it that they want to know? So if you're wanting to work with a certain niche, like my team works primarily with 55 plus relocation buyers that are coming and starting their search in the Phoenix Northwest Valley, Peoria, Surprise, Sun City West. Sometimes they're looking in Goodyear, sometimes they're looking in Buckeye, which is a little bit more south, but we know that they are generally looking at 55 plus communities. They're trying to figure out, you know, where they want to be. They want to avoid heavy taxes. They want to avoid cold winters, cold weather, and they want a really nice 55 plus community where there's going to be amenities and things to do and golfing and recreation and all of that, right? So we know that they have questions about like HOA fees. They have questions about the lifestyle in the communities. Some of our communities are really big. Some of them are really small. Some of them are new. Some of them are really like old. Like Sun City is like the original OG retirement community, right? So we're going to think about, what are people asking us all the time? What are their consistent questions, right? Can I bring my grandkids to the community pool, or is like that not allowed? Some communities allow it, some don't. So maybe we talk about that in a video. Maybe we talk about, you know, the retirement fees and the HOA fees. Like, hey, this community, it's $4,500 for the capital improvement fee when you buy into the community. But hey, also if you move your house into a trust, you have to pay that again. This one is $3,000. This one is $5,500, right? We're going to talk about those things. We're also going to do keyword research to figure out what questions are they asking for. If I find out, you know, one of the keyword phrases is they're asking about healthcare options, you know, for Phoenix 55 plus or senior healthcare, you know, things like that, we might make a video about that because we're getting asked about it all the time. And the keyword research shows us that people are moving here and they want to know, you know, where should they live because they need access to healthcare, because a lot of times they're moving from somewhere that doesn't have good access to healthcare or a hospital or specialty ongoing services, right? So we're going to look at what people are asking us all the time for that niche. We're going to think about their questions, their fears, their goals, and we're going to look at the keyword research, and we're going to make videos for the niche about those topics, answering their questions, helping them to move along in the process to see if this area, if we're a good fit for them, and also to help them to reach their goals for whatever that transaction looks like for them. Now, these videos are great on their own, but they're even better if you can embed them or link to them within blog content on your website, because then you have multiple chances for that content to be seen and found in search. Now, if you need blog post ideas, go watch this video where I talk about blog posts that you can create, blog categories to be found in Google search by potential future clients that are getting on Google and searching for your area, your niche, and everything about real estate that you can answer and be the person who's answering those questions and getting in front of them.